Twin! I hear from behind me. I turn around and see Brielle walking hand in hand with Dwayne and his friend Quincy. I've seen them together all the time. Quincy looks like a light skinned version of the rapper Mace. He was a little bit darker than me with a low cut curly hairstyle. Twin! I say and turn around. Dwayne waves at me with his other hand and Quincy looks nervous. Bright and brightness, Damien says. Brielle laughs and says hi. Dwayne now looks nervous too. We all show our programs and walk into the lunchroom. Hey twins, I hear a voice say from the left side of us. Hi, I reply. I still don't know her name, I say toward Brielle in a low tone. She still ain't do her hair, Brielle says back to me in a low tone which causes me to laugh. She walks to her table with her friends and I go to our usual spot in the lunchroom with Damien and Shania. I call Tony when I get in to check on her. She said she was doing okay and she spoke with her sister. She's looking to be in the new school by next January after Christmas break. Her sister worked at the school, but Tony said she never intended to cut class there, or not as much anyway. She said Jules called her and sounded stupid, so she hung up. She didn't say what he said, but I'm sure when she's ready to talk, she will. As we're talking, the line beeps and I check the caller ID. It's my best friend Chance, so I tell Tony I'll call her back. Hello? Nigga, he says. What's up? Nigga. What happened? I say, sounding anxious. Nigga, he says again in a mysterious manner. Oh my god, Chance! He starts laughing. Yo, you remember James from second grade? I pause after he asks the question. Yeah. Why? That nigga and his mother got shot in the head twice. Well, I'm hearing him twice, his mom's once, or some shit, but yeah. When this happened? I question. Last night, I think, or this morning. Whole hood covered in cops. No one heard shit, no shells, no nothing. That's crazy. You good? You don't sound shocked. Yeah, I'm good. Just, I don't know. Sounds kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know what that nigga was into, but them niggas clearly don't play. Clapped him, his mom's, then cleaned up. Yeah. After that, he was talking to me about all the girls he was smashing and the ones he was trying to smash. I'm listening, but I'm kind of zoning in and out because this is crazy. Now, I don't know if Ace did it, Clue did it. I can't ask until I see him. He didn't call me that night and didn't show up at my school today, seeming more like he had his hand in this than not. I'm not even sure how to feel about anything. I watched someone I went to elementary school with kill someone I became fast friends with. Now her boyfriend and possibly mine killed him. So two people I know are dead within a month and a half, and not to mention Jay's mother. She was a nice lady. Not sure what she did, but I'm sure this was overkill on purpose. I wasn't going to call Ace's house just because I didn't want to make anything hot. But then again, if I don't call, that looks odd too, right? But to whom? The police don't know I know anything. As I'm sitting in thought, my phone rings. Again. I hope it's Ace, but it's Kiana. Hello? Bitch, I am never covering for you again. Why? Just kidding. Where you been, boot up? She asked, sounding more playful than really mad. Yes and no. Not really booed up. We just like mad cool. I don't know. He don't press me on no sex shit, but I'm so cool with it. Tavio went to jail, she interjects. I could tell that's why she called. I paused for a second. You heard? Yeah, I heard you. When? I questioned. I think like yesterday or this morning. He turned himself in to start the bid for a year. Who told you? Ayana, they did like some going away shit for him. She said it was mad emotional. I guess he wasn't lying about that. Yeah, she replies. Then she starts telling me some stuff going on in her school and this dude named Dexter she was talking to that she was into for the moment. She and Justin kind of just died out. They weren't seeing each other anymore, then the call slowed up and the conversation was dry, so she just stopped calling. She said her feelings weren't hurt. She never expected much to come from it anyway. Dexter was a year younger than us, but she really seemed to like him. I don't remember him playing on the Pop Warner football team when we were the cheerleaders. He was more friends with Stefan, her younger brother. They were in the same division. She wanted me to come by and meet him this weekend, so I told her I'd be there. If there was time, I'll explain all of what's going on with Ace, but only if it's just me and her at some point. If not, I'll wait. I hadn't heard from Ace in a few days. I called, but no answer. He had his own line, so it's not like anybody else in his house could tell me anything anyway. I haven't seen Fame, and Prince hasn't been in school either. Tony wasn't speaking to Jules, like, at all. She would walk to our spot and disregard him. None of us intervened because he made his own bed with this situation, and honestly, no one could tell her how to handle it. Lauren started school in Jamaica. We will circle back to that, but just remember, Jason and his crew go there, plus Tate and his crew. Drama popsicle, trust. So Saturday comes. I get dressed and head toward Kiana's to meet Dexter. I don't think I'm staying long, but we will see what happens. I buzz the door and someone unlocks it without asking who it is to let me in the building. I get to her apartment door and knock twice. Who? I hear Latrell say from behind the door. Summer. Ew, he says as he opens the door. I roll my eyes playfully. I haven't seen you in a while, and you're still ugly. And you're still single. I snap back. I am not single. He attempts to mush me as I walk by, but I duck. You're not involved either. Sounds lonely. I walk toward the living room. When I approach the living room, I look to the left where the couches were. I see Kiana, a guy who I'm assuming is Dexter, Chantel, and another guy. Oh wow, I say. Summer. Chantel almost squeals and gets up to hug me. Did you grow? I say and hug her back. Unfortunately, yes, she says while laughing. She literally had to bend down to hug me. Hey, Sam, Kiana says, smiling. Hi. I smile back at her, which makes her start laughing. I missed your bright face, she says. I missed you too. This is Dexter, my boyfriend, and Elijah, Chantel's boyfriend. I turn my face in surprise toward Chantel. Okay, I say, smiling. Hey, y'all, I say in the direction of the guys. They each say hi, and I sit down in an open chair. We spend most of the time just talking as a group. Dexter was a bit annoying because for some reason he kept trying to make me believe he was so tough. I am not sure why. I honestly don't know who this kid is. He talks really tough, but I guess that makes him happy. He's consistently saying how he beats people up and smacks people up. I don't know if Kiana buys what he's selling, but I surely don't. Elijah seemed down to earth, but Chantel seemed to be forcing every interaction. She looked uncomfortable when making flirtatious comments or advances. I don't speak to her often enough to circle back to her, but if I remember, I'll ask Kiana later. Yo, like a month or so ago, my man clapped this girl in the face at Green Acres, Dexter says. I divert my eyes in his direction, but I stay quiet. I didn't even believe he knew Jay. Jay was from Brooklyn. He could have known Dexter, but I doubt it. Dexter, stop. You met the kid one time at some block party, Kiana says. We was mad cool that day. Oh my god. Summer, you knew Aspen, right? I totally forgot, Chantel says. Dexter looks in my direction, but doesn't say anything about the comment. I nod my head. How are you holding up? Kiana told me. I have my days, but I'm doing okay. Dexter continued on with what he would do if he was there when it happened, and what he does at school, and I'd say what he quote unquote does because I don't believe it. Any nigga try me, getting dropped. Bet that, he said. I just rolled my eyes. I excused myself because he was annoying me, and I was eventually going to tell him I felt he was full of shit. Kiana could tell I was getting annoyed, so she didn't contest when I said I was going home. As I get home, the phone is ringing. I'm fumbling for my keys to hurry up and get to it before it stopped. It stopped before I was able to get inside, but started ringing again almost immediately. I grab it without checking the caller ID. Hello? I say in a rushed tone. Summer. I recognize the voice instantly. It's my sister Jazz. Yeah. Girl, where you been? I miss you. So much has been going on. I miss you too. So tell me about it, she says and pauses for me to talk. I start laughing and start telling her about Tavior as I kick off my shoes and start changing my clothes into some pajamas. As I'm talking to her, I walk to the kitchen looking for food, money, or a note. There is a note telling me they may be back tonight or tomorrow afternoon. There is food in the fridge, but Sharif left me money in case I didn't want that. He wrote in his handwriting under my mother's handwriting. Raindrop, I left you the money, not Mom. She is against leaving the money since there is food. Do what you want with this information. I start laughing because I could see her face as he wrote it. Always trying to be the good guy, my mom would say while laughing. Jazz asked if I wanted her to beat up Tavior for what happened when I broke up with him or anything in between. She said she low-key feels bad for him in a sense because Claudia sabotaged everything. But I start laughing and continue telling her the rest of everything she missed, including Aspen. As I was talking to Jazz, the line beeped and it was Ace's house. That's my boyfriend. I'll call you back. I thought you broke up with him. No, the new one, I reply and chuckle. Well, shit. Okay, big sister. We end the call and I click over to the other line. Hello? Hey, light skin. I start to smile a bit. Where you been? I'm in Corona. Come down in 20 minutes. Yeah, come to the front. No one is home. We hang up and I go make sure my hair doesn't look crazy in the mirror. I switch out my pajamas into some sweats and a t-shirt. In about 20 minutes exactly, I see his car pull up outside the window. I put my sneakers on, grab my hoodie, grab my keys, and go downstairs. As I get closer to the car, I see the car door open. He smiles at me, showing all his grill, but he looks worried at the same time. I pause as I get closer to him, and I don't embrace the hug. What? Huh? His smile drops. Why you look worried? What you about to tell me? I question kinda sternly. Summer, he says and drags my name out. He pulls me into the hug and hugs me tightly. Just tell me, I say in a low tone because my face is buried in him for the hug. Sit in the car. He lets go of the hug. He opens my door and I get inside. He closes the door, walks around to the driver's side and gets in. You want me to sit here or move? He says. We are good. You tinted out like you got a warrant anyway. There is a slight silence and an uncomfortable pause between us. Ace, what? You got somebody pregnant? I say with an attitude. He turns and looks at me like I have 5 heads. No, I wouldn't cheat on you. He low-key melted my toughness just a bit, but I couldn't let him see. So then, I gotta leave. I'd ask you to come with me, but you're only 15. Leave? I look him right in the eyes. The truth is always in an expression, even if recovered quickly. Light skin. Some shit happened. Jay and his mother got clapped, I know. He pauses and looks at me. You're not the only one who finds shit out. I smirk. Nah, I told you I went to school with him. My best friend called me, and then you wasn't calling. I figured, you know. Nah, I wasn't there. I've been trying to get clues straight. The mother got everything fucking hot, and that was an accident. I'm really just going to help glue. I got some shit OT that I need to check on. I just don't know when I'll be back. I nod my head again, just acknowledging I'm listening. I'm not gonna ask you to put your life on hold, but when I come back, we off pause. I nod my head again in a slow fashion. I don't reply immediately, I just sit there quietly. I'm mad, but can I be? It's selfish, and I care, but I don't care at the same time. I don't want Clue to be alone. I don't want him to stay and get caught. I really like Ace. Everything is cool, calm, and collected. Not pressured for sex. We get along. Nothing to say. I can't find anything that's not selfish. Y'all just be safe. When y'all leaving? He smirks a little bit after that reply. We gotta leave sooner than later until the case dies down. And it's a double, so it might be a while. I'm still gonna call you, just not holding you hostage. I roll my eyes. What's that for? Nothing, Ace. Y'all be safe. I keep my tone even and maintain eye contact. Always. Fame got you. We spoke. Rides home, cabs, whatever. I'm a big girl. The bus will be fine, but thank you. Yeah, I want you safe too. Maybe Fame will almost get me shot and arrested by the FBI. I say sarcastically and roll my eyes. Ace instantly laughs and pokes me in my ribs. You're gonna miss me. Yeah, stupid. But I understand. Now I'm stupid, huh? Ace says, sounding like I caught him off guard and laughing again. I just roll my eyes and shake my head. We sit in silence for a few seconds. I know you just can't sit here, so I'm gonna go back upstairs. Call when you can. Ace looks at me for a few seconds before saying anything. Okay. I go to open the passenger door. He opens the driver door. I watch him as he walks from the driver's side to the passenger side, and he grabs me and gives me the biggest bear hug. He feels like he doesn't want to let me go. He lets out a sigh as he loosens the hug. I thought he was going to try to kiss me, but he still didn't. He kissed my cheek and lingered on holding my hand, but eventually let me go. We kind of just stared at each other for what felt like minutes, but in reality was only seconds. Don't forget me, he says. Don't forget me. Most stuffed out light bread I know. I could never. I smile, which makes him smile, and I see his entire grill. It was bittersweet. This visit, I knew I had to be the one to walk away because he wasn't going to. I give him another hug, and as soon as I let go, he holds me for a few more seconds. See you later, Lightskin. See you, Ace. I say as we let go. I turn toward my building without really looking at him. I didn't feel like crying, but I definitely felt sad. I enjoyed talking to Ace and seeing him, even if I give him a hard time. I hear the driver's door close as I'm walking away and see the car drive by. I could only imagine all the things running through his mind, but I guess it also comes with the nature of the life he lives. As I get to the building, I see Maurice out the corner of my eye. I started not to hold the door for him, but no point in being rude. He didn't do anything to me today.